Hi, I'm Grace, and this is the Fighting Club, a space where being together makes us stronger. Take a break and hang out with us. I am so excited that my good friend and neighbor Jamila is joining season two of the Fighting Club podcast. Hi, Jamila. How you
Hey
doing?
Grace, I'm excited to be here.
I'm glad you're here too. We have a really fun dynamic friendship, and I thought it'd be fun to talk a little bit about our relationship and for people to get to know you a little bit. Um, and mostly to share how we've sustained the friendship throughout the years through all the different transitions we've been through. But before we get into that, I want to quickly introduce you to folks who may not know you. This is my friend Jamila. She is a force within New York City politics. She's previously worked as chief of staff to a state assembly member, was an assistant commissioner in the mayor's office. She's worked in several different private firms that do public affairs, which is basically government relations and connecting the government to the private sector and to community. She's led a very large Black women's political organization, and currently she's advising a lot of different startups, but this is more focused on who she is outside of her workplace too. But just so you know how much of a badass Jamila is, that is who Jamila is. And she's also a Brooklyn native. And
Okay,
it's like I
okay.
mentioned before, we're neighbors too. But Jamila, welcome, and please share anything else you'd like to add for people to know about you.
Oh, great. And the most important thing is I love me some Grace, okay? She knows.
I do, I do. Yeah, like I just like literally saw you a week after you gave birth to your
Yes.
second child. And you live like right next to my favorite bakery in the neighborhood. And so it's like, I need to get her some of these croissants because she probably hasn't been able to leave the house and she's been healing from giving birth to her baby.
That was like heaven. It was like heaven in a bite. I was so happy. I was like, "Thank you." Literally, I was just eating things that my family brought me, so I appreciated it,
Uh,
okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it was great to meet your little one. You're amazing. I can't believe you just had a baby. And this has been so many different transitions. But before we get more into that too, like let's talk about how do we first get to know each other? What brought us together? Do you remember, Jamila?
You know what's funny? I remember I was thinking about this
Uh-huh.
and I said, I remember Reverend Atchingson
Uh-huh. Yes.
connected us. And I
Uh-huh.
don't remember in what setting she did, but I remember she did it. That's all I
Uh-huh.
remember. And I was just like, I like this girl. You know, she's nice, but she has a little bit of spice, and I love it. And
My Korean
I
spice.
love it. I was like, oh, we're gonna be friends. We're gonna be good friends.
Yeah, yeah, Reverend Atchison, our friend Dominique. I think it was because Dominique and I had started praying together at City
Yes,
Hall because work was just really, really tough. And and then she was like, "Oh, my really good friend Jamila in my office, she's also a Christian, and I think she would want to pray with us too, and we would all get along." So I think
we
that's what
did.
happened. I think it was a
And we
prayer circle.
did.
Yeah.
And I still love till this day, like all of us still talk, like till
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah. Like even after we left City Hall, I think we continued praying for each other like through the pandemic when it was really tough.
We
Remember we'll
did.
get on
That was
like
beautiful.
remember we had three-way calls and we'll just call each other and pray
We were like,
together?
girl, it's time.
Yeah.
Time. I
Yeah,
love
no, that
that.
was I think that was really yeah, a beautiful time. And I'm just thinking about like after we left like our workplace at City Hall, we just kept seeing friends and
Yes,
yeah, I feel like we had a lot of shared interest and people, right?
we do. And I remember when you first came to my house and I was because normally I do not have people come in my
Mm-hmm.
house. Like my house
Mm-hmm.
is like my private space.
Mm-hmm.
I felt so comfortable. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
she is welcome into my humble abode. I love
Yeah.
it. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. It
I
was
loved
with the
it.
other Jamila, right?
Yes, so I have another we actually it's our
Yeah.
friend. We have another
Yeah.
friend named Jamila as well, who's super amazing, super
Yeah.
funny, and really dope in
Yeah.
politics as well.
She is.
And I remember that. And we all were I remember we just all really connected.
Yes.
That was beautiful. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because a lot of times you don't always have that.
Yeah. No, it was a very unique. But I
Yeah.
was it before we went to Albany for caucus weekend that we you connected
Actually,
us, or was it at caucus weekend I met Jamila
you
with an ex?
after caucus weekend. I remember
Okay.
that. Actually during caucus weekend, I
During
remember we
caucus
all
weekend.
went out to dinner. Remember we went out to
Yeah, we went
dinner?
to yeah. Can you share what caucus weekend is for folks who don't know what that is, especially folks who are not in New York politics?
So for those who are not in New York politics, we have an amazing caucus from this with the state legislature. They help set a lot of bills and legislation for New York State, and every single year they hold a collaborative convening upstate New York and Albany, where there are lots of workshops, there are lots of events, conferences, and convenings to kind of just get people together and just work together to set different priorities for our communities. And it is a beautiful collaborative of individuals. You have Black, Asian, Hispanic. I love it. Like it's just a great mix of individuals that are involved in it.
Yeah, and I think you had invited me because I had just launched my consulting firm, and you were like,
Yes.
this will be good for your business. Let's bring the Asian and Black and Latino world
Yes.
together, right?
I remember that. And you know what I love about Grace? Grace just
Oh.
came in there with her sleeves rolled up and said, "Okay, girl, let's
Okay,
go."
let's
I
go.
remember you literally did a award ceremony. Like you did not care. You jumped right
I said,
in. I
I'll do
was just
whatever you want me
like,
to do.
like,
You put me to work because you were organizing several events for Caucus Weekend. I didn't even know what Caucus Weekend was. And then didn't we room together
we
too for
roomed.
the first
Let me
time?
tell you, it's not everyone you can room with and like survive afterwards with. Okay, I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
I love Grace. That
yeah.
was so much fun.
It
That
was
was so
fun. And
much fun. We were up talking to like late at night. I was just
then we
like,
ordered,
I
I think
like
I ordered
her.
Uber Eats or DoorDash. Like, didn't we get some wings and
We sure did.
fries? Yeah, I feel like I ordered some food into our hotel room and yeah, no, that was like fast getting to know each other as friends too, to get to the next level to like
Girl, because you know
dorm
that could go all the
together.
way left. Yes.
But it was easy. I think we're both like chill roommates and like we were able to
We
sleep
were.
well and it wasn't awkward or anything. And then
It
I got
wasn't.
so many of your amazing, yeah, you were so generous with your network and I was just so grateful because I didn't know really anyone and there are really not many Asian Americans who go up for caucus weekends
Yes.
because not enough Asian Americans are politically engaged. But you're like, let me introduce you to all these people and I got to meet like three other Asians out of like the thousands of people who were there. But do you also remember that caucus weekend? You know, every borough has an after party or a party.
Yes.
Like the Bronx has one, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, probably Staten Island too.
Yes. Brooklyn all day, every day.
Brooklyn. But I think I went to the Bronx one. This was like 1 year after COVID broke out, so
Yes, it
we
was.
haven't gotten vaccinated yet, but not everyone was wearing a mask.
Girl. Oh, so I remember this.
You,
I remember saying, Grace, I am not staying that long at these
yep,
parties, okay? Your
yep,
girl's gonna be in there for like 10 minutes and
yep,
out. I
yep,
literally did what I said I was gonna do because I was not trying
yep.
to catch anything.
And you had didn't you have a mask on? I think you had an
I
N95
had
or
an
something.
N95. Everyone was laughing at me. I
Yeah,
had my N95
yes.
everywhere I went. I said, mm-mm, not me.
You were smart because I did not wear a mask and I was in the Bronx after party unmasked with like 500 people standing in the room and I think Fat Joe came out to perform.
I was mad I missed Fat Joe though.
But that's the night I got COVID. I got COVID because I was unmasked with
Girl.
those hundreds of people.
I remember you saying you had a lot of fun though. I was like, what,
I had
Grace? I was
fun.
like, what's up? I was like, well, girl,
You know
where you at?
what?
She's like, girl,
I had
I'm
a
living it
great
up.
time. And then I was so sick afterwards. I'm surprised because we share the same room that you didn't get it, but I think it's because you went to sleep early, you didn't stay out, you had your mask on.
Girl, I was OCD. Your girl.
No, it's good. It protected you from COVID.
You know what? I appreciate you. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's
You're
good
right.
instincts. But anyways,
You're right.
that was a epic
That
like
was fun.
political conference that you introduced me to, and just merging our worlds of like I've been working in Asian American community
Mm,
organizing and politics, and you in the Black community political space, and so like merging our worlds and learning more about your world.
that was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that I think just like thinking about what are the things that like sustained our friendship, I think it's the common values around
Yes.
community, right?
And we
Community.
respect each other with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
we even got to do more things after because I remember, you know, with some of the convenings that we had for Black women,
Yeah.
we would merge it. And then I remember we did something collaborative even with Jamila too
Yes.
later on, and it was really nice. Like we had some amazing times
Yeah.
together and really got to merge our communities. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
We did like a women's lunch thing where we had our Black and Asian
Oh,
like
that was so much
women
fun.
friends come together.
I'm waiting for my other lunch. Okay.
Yeah, I know. We gotta bring that back. Yeah, that was to create a space for like women of color to support each other, not only socially, but also politically and career wise. Like it was
Yeah,
also women not in politics, but like just badass women.
it was a
Um,
nice mix.
yeah, and to base it on friendship. And then you remember you and I think Jamila also came out to an event we did for my friend who's running for Judge K at Michelle Kim's place, I think.
Yes, yes. That
There's
was
like, and then you
beautiful.
invited a lot of your friends. I think maybe you
I did.
couldn't
I
make
was
it
like,
because you
everybody,
invited your
we are
friends.
coming out to support,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, so it was great that we got to introduce each other through the years to our
To different
different
people.
different circles and friends. And yeah, and Jamila with an X, we call her Jamila with an X
We
because
love her. Yep.
it's Jamila, her name starts with an X, and this is Jamila with a J. Um, but yeah, we love her and she's become a good friend too through your
She is.
introduction. So
She is.
Um,
We love her.
yeah, I'm so grateful that Dominique introduced us when we
I
were.
know. Who would have thought, you
Who would have
know?
thought?
We even did, remember we did something else. We both also did we did a panel together. I don't even know if you remember. Girl,
Oh,
we've done so many things
what
together.
was that panel
And it was
on?
like and one, I think that was the name of it. I forgot. But it was a faith and political panel that we did together as well. I don't know if you remember. It was a while
Oh,
back. It was a while back.
was it the AND campaign?
Yes, the and campaign. There you go.
Oh, integrating faith and like civics. It was
Yes,
during COVID,
yes,
like on Zoom.
yes.
That's like can't a lot of things on Zoom. I can't remember
Oh, girl, we
during
were
COVID
zoomed
what we
out.
did, especially the first 2 years. I'm like, what do we do? It was all. That's right, the AND
Remember
campaign.
that?
Yeah.
Yes. I remember Grace had her beautiful bob. Girl, you were looking fabulous. I was like, oh, my
Oh.
girl.
Yeah, I need to get my hair cut again. It's been a minute. It's getting long.
I love it. I love
The
it.
mane. Oh, and then you know what's funny is that, when I got married, we moved to your neighborhood.
Yeah,
Like, then we became neighbors.
I was excited. So I was super excited when she moved to my area. I was like, she came to the best borough ever. She came to the best community in Brooklyn ever. Bed-Stuy all day, every day. Thank you, Grace.
Okay. Can you share more about your Brooklyn love and Bed-Stuy love? Like, what are the best parts, and why do you think Brooklyn is the best borough in New York City and Bed-Stuy and the best neighborhood?
Oh, she's gonna get me started. One, we have some amazing eateries in Bed-Stuy. I'm just
Hmm.
gonna say that, okay? Literally, you can walk a few blocks over to Peaches. You can walk a few blocks over to get some amazing breakfast on Tompkins Avenue. Tomafest happens every single year on Tompkins. If you do not, why am I advertising for Bed-Stuy? I don't know. I can't help
I need
it.
to go. I didn't even know about
Like,
Thomas Fest. Yeah.
we every single Sunday, like they block off like about 6, 7 stretch of blocks, and then it's just music, it's food, it's families, it's people, and it's just so much fun every single year. People come from out of state. That's how
Wow.
amazing it is. I just gotta tell y'all that. That's how dope Bed-Stuy is. We have
That's
some of the best homes. We have like like a lot of the brownstones here from the early 1900s, late 1800s, if you really want to go that far back. And they're made of really strong material and it's amazing. You walk in and you feel like you're part of history. So I love that as well. You can't go everywhere else in this nation and find something like that where you're just a part of history in that way. I
mm,
love that. And not just like block parties. If
yeah.
no one knows, Brooklyn has the best block parties ever. Bed-Stuy does, actually. I will say that.
Oh.
It's annoying to some because if you come in and you're wondering why are they out with the loud music till 12 midnight, because that's what we do in Bed-Stuy sometimes, just
Mm,
saying.
mm, mm,
But
mm,
it's a lot of fun and it's where the whole block comes out together. We'll have music, we'll have food, we'll celebrate just being on that block.
mm.
Although it's technically supposed to end at 8, that almost never happens, just saying.
I need to go to block parties with you because, like,
Oh, girl, you coming to the next one.
yeah, okay, that'll be great because there are block parties, especially in the summer, like all around where we live too. But it looks like it's just for the people that know each other, so we don't want to interrupt it. Like, can we
I'm
be
going to
part
other
of
block
it?
parties.
I don't know if I'm allowed to join.
Girl, let me tell you, when I remember literally there was a block party on Macon. I don't live on Macon,
Uh,
okay? But me and
uh,
my son,
uh.
we walked over and we said, "Oh, I said you go play on that. I'm gonna go find us some food because somebody has some food. Give it
Yeah,
to
we could
us, so
just
we're
take
gonna
some of the
enjoy."
food. They're just like give it out.
They
I think.
just give it out. You just
Oh,
give it out. But I will say, not every block does it up like Bed-Stuy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
some other blocks in some other areas in
yeah,
Brooklyn, they're a little bit more bland. They not
yeah.
they try to sell things. It's not about
Oh,
it's about giving, and
yeah.
sharing.
Oh, that's the
There's
essence of a block party.
yeah, you can
Like
tell
to
when
give and
it's
build community,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
not to make some cash.
No, it's not about
Yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I love that. That no wonder there's like a deep love for Brooklyn. But what's this beef between Brooklyn and the Bronx? Like, why do people keep like talking about how much
I think that's
better
to do with hip
Brooklyn is
hop.
versus the Bronx? Huh?
I
It
think
was
that
hip
goes back
hop.
to hip hop. I think that goes back to hip hop. We both like to claim, that we are the area where it really, really flourished. And you have to give Bronx like the rep, because it kind of did really start there. You know what I mean? Like it really evolved in a big way in the Bronx. I have to say that. But Brooklyn is still super amazing. We're the home of Biggie, okay?
Yeah. I
All
mean,
day, every
he
day.
raps about it. Yeah, home of the Biggie and
Fort Greene.
oh, wait,
Right
who's
in the
from
middle.
Fort Greene?
Like so when you're like when you're traveling between Bed-Stuy and Fort Greene,
Yeah.
literally you'll also find along Fulton Street like this huge mural of Biggie, which is super amazing. If anyone wants to go check it out one day in the area. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like that rich history also with movies and film and the arts, with Do the Right Thing.
Yes, Spike Lee. So just so y'all
Right
know,
Thing. Yeah.
Spike Lee wanted to do, I remember they wanted to do the movie at one of my family. So my family had a house in Bed-Stuy years ago, and they wanted to use their house to film Crooklyn. Crooklyn is a really popular movie by Spike Lee.
Mm.
And my family said, but we just don't want people in and out of the house. I was like, why didn't you say yes? Okay,
Oh,
I could have had a claim to fame. I could have
that's
said, you
amazing.
know, I could have said, I know the house that this movie was in,
At
you
Crooklyn.
know?
Oh, they were considering your parents' house to film
Yeah, they
Crooklyn.
wanted to use it and they did not want them to use it. And I was so mad. I was like, how dare y'all tell me this story?
That's so wild. Yeah, I heard Spike Lee's block party is historic too in
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
I'm embarrassed. I've never been.
We gotta go.
We have to go together. Can we do that? Let's
Let's
make
do
that
that
this
this year.
summer's goal.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We gotta go to Spike Lee. People from around the world go to his block party.
We're
Um,
going.
and then he has like some famous hip hop artists perform. And it's just open to the public. Like anyone can just walk in. Um, but I saw the mural that's for in honor of like Do the Right Thing and Spike Lee's movie in our neighborhood too. It's a little more west of where we live, but it's just beautiful to see that history that that's here as well.
It
Um,
is.
yeah, I think there's also a neighborhood called like Westville, is it?
What? We have Westville. I don't really know
Isn't that
about.
where a museum is to like commemorate some of the history within Brooklyn? Am I imagining that?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. So there is, I know exactly, oh girl, I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it. I know exactly what you're speaking of because literally there's an area that borders where I am in Bed-Stuy,
Yeah.
Weeksville, that has very, very, very amazing heritage history as well. Weeksville.
Yes.
And then they have the Weeksville Center, which kind of helps
Weeksville,
to
sorry,
encompass a lot
Weeksville.
of the history with it.
Yes.
And that's probably like 15 minutes if you drive like literally from where we are in Bed-Stuy. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful and you'll see some like they have like just really old pieces of homes there.
Yeah.
Girl, from like the 1800s, like if we
Yeah.
want to go all the way back,
Yeah. They
you
preserved
know.
it.
I remember I did an event there once and I was really excited about that because I was like, doing
Weeksville.
something in that historical space
Yeah.
feels surreal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was one of the first
Yeah.
things my husband and I did when we moved to Bed-Stuy is to visit Weeksville, the museum and walk around and get to know.
See, this is why Grace is my girl, okay? She understands. You don't have to say
Know the
anything to her.
neighborhood.
Not
It's
everyone
super.
does this.
Mm. Well, I will say we were like the only Asian people there.
But
So
that's what I love about, see, but this is what I love about you because literally I remember the events we did in Albany, right? It was
yeah,
mostly, you know, people who were black, right?
yeah,
But when you went into the spaces, I
yeah,
felt like you owned it and you
yeah.
did not even care. And you were just
No,
like, hey, I am Grace, okay?
yeah,
And I'm coming in my full self.
yeah,
You're going to receive it. And
yeah.
people received it. That's what I love about Grace. I love
I
it.
appreciate that. But I mean, you're the same way too. You show up in all different spaces and people fully love Jamila and embrace you too. But
Oh.
I do think there's this special community connection, relational connection that
Hmm.
the Asian culture and the Black culture have.
Ew.
There's a connectivity.
Fried
So,
chicken.
is it fried chicken? Oh yeah, definitely fried chicken. Like, yeah, Korean fried chicken is based off of the Black communities fried
During the
chicken
war, we
during
connected
the
in that
war.
way and we shared recipes. Literally, so it's so crazy. When I found this out, I said,
Yeah,
"Ooh, I gotta tell my girl Grace." I literally just found that out. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm very
yeah,
embarrassed. But I was thinking, wow, our communities have been connected for so long, and I didn't even
yes,
realize, to this extent that we just shared things. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's kind of
yeah,
cool. And then,
yeah. No, I love that history. Yeah, but culturally, I just feel like our communities are very open, like communal,
yes,
like we share a lot, like we're
yeah, we
like
do.
we show our love through food and making sure people are well
Yes.
fed and hospitality. And I feel like my closest friends within the political place and space has have been Black women. I just feel like
Wow.
they're really
Oh,
my sisters. And so even when I go to like Black churches and I'm the only Asian American, I feel like that it's my own church because it feels like my community. Like
oh, Grace.
there's a similarity in how we treat each other too. There's like a openness and communal sense. And
Yeah.
Korean is a word called Jeong, Jeong. It's like this deep community connection.
Mm,
It's like even though I don't know your background, your history, or whatever, there's like this deep connection that
yes.
brings us together.
And I love it.
Um, but then I think, what I really appreciate about you is your discernment. How you can meet
Mm,
people, how you can feel people's vibes and know like, okay, this is a good person to connect with this person
yeah.
and who I want to continue spending time with. And I think because your vibe is so bright, like I
Oh,
love being,
I
in your
love you so,
energy and in your
Grace.
space. Yeah. Yeah.
You see, Grace, I love the love with Grace. I'm just gonna say that. I love yeah, you know what? And I think you're discerning as well, Grace,
Mm,
because sometimes
mm,
I might say something, I'll be like, Grace, I noticed that's a red flag. Did you see that? And you'll be
Mhm.
like, you know, girl, I saw that. I just didn't say it. But yes, that was in the back of my mind. We literally
Mhm.
have that ability to discern with people and places and things. And I think
Mhm.
that is that's another way that we connect because not everyone has that. I will say not everyone is
Yeah.
discerning. And
Yeah.
not being discerning can be hurtful sometimes for people. So it's very important
Mm.
to be discerning about things,
Mhm. Mhm.
especially in this industry, politics of all things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to know, you have a lot of wisdom in it. And, I think that's really grounded in our faith, our Christian
Yeah,
faith,
it
that
is.
also really connects us too,
It
um,
is.
and gives us that discernment to know like what to pray, how to support each other. And I've just always enjoyed whenever we get to pray together.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, just our faith and how
Yes.
that's how we connect with each other too, through prayer and how much I just really
Man,
appreciate it.
me too. I love that. I love that. I love that. My girl
Yeah.
Grace.
Yeah.
And it's funny, your name is Grace. You know what I
That's such a hard name to live up to. Yeah, it's something
mean?
I try to do. It's really hard though. Yeah, showing grace to a lot of people.
You're good
Good.
at it. Because
Oh.
you gracefully whip a whole lot of people together. I said, "Oh, this girl is she's good." I
Well,
will, I have to admit, I just have to speak to one other thing that you've done. I remember when I saw you do some of your national work,
mm,
up close and personal,
mm,
just to support the Asian community in a
mm,
bigger way. I
mm.
was just like, and I just saw you moving. I was just like, this woman is amazing. I was like, I didn't know
Oh.
Grace had this in her. It's one
Mm,
thing to see someone do something, I think, more locally, but when you see them do things on a bigger stage and in a bigger way, you just feel so, I felt like so proud. I was like, that's my girl.
oh.
You were just whipping everyone together, and everyone was just like, yes, 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 yes. I was just like, Grace has it. Okay, she has the it factor. I love
Thank
it.
you. I
Yes.
appreciate that. Without going too much into the details, I think being in City Hall really dimmed my light. I was
Yeah,
I was a bright person
you were.
who had a lot to give even before joining City Hall, but being there, I just felt like I was a candle that was like covered by a bowl. I
Yes,
couldn't show my light, and it wasn't until I left City Hall that I could show my like light and spread my
into
wings
life.
and show my full color of who I am. So it's just so interesting because I feel like I the person that I experienced while at City Hall, because I was always myself, but I just felt that I kind of didn't know who that person was because
Mm,
I just felt like so much of my identity and who I was being muffled and like stripped away from me. But I think because it was such a hard environment,
it
I
was.
thought like good, strong friendship connections and people I could trust who are
Yes.
encouraging, and other people who might be experiencing the same kind of things that I was at work. And it
Yes.
led to me connecting with you and Dominique, Aisha, and others too. Um,
Yes. In India, girl, that's some amazing people.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like through really hard times you find like your people and
That's
connections.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Because pressure makes diamonds, doesn't it?
Okay. Oh, we're diamonds. We came out of that pressure.
Don't quote me on
Wow.
that.
Oh,
That
that's
is so
good.
true. Isn't
That's
that crazy?
yeah.
I didn't think
But
about it like that. I love that.
what are the things that you hope for our future and as we continue being friends going ahead?
Oh,
Like what do you think will sustain it and has sustained it, even with the
you
challenges of motherhood and your new, transitions and ventures?
you know what I like? I love I think being there for one another in just through the different amazing ups and downs that we have in life is something that I think will sustain it. Because for
Mm.
me, and what I like too is that it doesn't feel like there's no competition, there's no
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
It's just because you don't always have that with friendships. Like it's just
yeah,
pure love. And
yeah,
I love that with you. You
yeah.
know, like I can look at you and see you in this high place and just say, I am just so happy for you. And I just want to be there to support you. Literally, that's my heart with you. You know what I mean? And I love that with you because I can be like, Grace, girl, I got this going on. And I really want you to be there. And you'd be like, okay, girl, if I can be there, I'm gonna be there. You know
I'll
what I mean?
support you in everything
Like
you're
you will do
doing.
that.
Yeah,
And I love that. And there's no feeling of anything else, any other
yeah.
kind of intent other than I just want to be there for you. And that's what I love about our friendship. And that's why it will last. Because there are going to be many more things that I'm going to be like,
Yeah,
Grace, hello,
yeah,
where you at?
yeah,
Literally, I'm
yeah,
going to do that. That's
yeah,
just what it is. Yes.
yeah. You can definitely call on me.
Yeah. I love
And
that for
I'll bring
me.
you a croissant, another croissant
Yes. Okay.
from the neighborhood bakery.
So
Yeah.
if Grace is getting an award, I'm going to be there in the audience. Come
Uh,
on.
you're so sweet.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm so grateful to God for our friendship and how it's
Too.
lasted, especially through the years of COVID. That was such a tough time. But I
Crazy it
love that we're
was.
neighbors too and got to know
I
each other's families.
She can't look, I let her in my house when it was looking
I
crazy, okay?
know.
And when you have your black grandmas, they'd be like, don't let anybody in the house with it not looking okay. And I was just like, you know
I
what?
have no
As a parent,
judgment. I have
she
no
had no
judgment.
judgment. Girl, everything was looking every kind of way. And she was just like,
No,
it's okay, girl.
it's
I
fine.
was like, I
Really no
appreciate
judgment.
you, Grace. I
Yeah,
appreciate
Trevor and I need to come back and
you.
visit.
Oh, you already know
Been
what
a
time it
minute.
is.
Yeah.
She knows what time it is.
Oh, well, okay. Th this was, I'm just so glad you came as a guest and I appreciate you doing this and having this conversation with me. But we're going to transition to something a little different. Uh,
Okay.
so when Priska and I were talking about season two, we talked about really highlighting the things that bring us joy and happiness and things that are apart from our work and the things that people might expect from us too.
I hear you on
So
that.
the joy corner is really what are the things that bring you joy? What are the spaces that allow you to be fully yourself? Welcome to Jamila's Joy Corner.
Oh, yes.
So, what is in your joy corner and what are the spaces that allow you to be fully yourself?
This sounds really bad, but food, okay? Food makes me happy. I will just say I am willing to travel for food, and I
Mm.
will go with anyone I really care about for some good food across the world, globe. I remember I went to Chicago just because I wanted to try the deep dish pizza.
Ooh.
Somehow I got like all these discount tickets. There was this I'm not even gonna say how I did it, but I did it. And when I tell you I enjoyed myself, I enjoyed myself. I stood online for like an hour because they had this special pancake place that I remember. And I had these amazing blueberry pancakes that I will never forget. Oh my goodness, Chicago, I love you just for your food.
Oh my
I'm like,
God. I'm
Philadelphia
drooling.
did the same thing just for food, girl. It's just, I love some good food. I will say that. And I want to go to Louisiana because I'm already craving a lot of different dishes there already. Like that's my dream place to go. Isn't that crazy? Just for
No,
food.
I mean New Orleans is known for really good food, Cajun
My
food.
my friend, she's in France right now, and I was just like, please send me pictures of every single meal that you are eating right now. She's like, okay, girl, here you go, here you go.
Oh
I'm
wow.
living vicariously through her because I can't travel right now because I just had a baby. But
Yeah. What's your favorite food that you found or you're looking for in Brooklyn or in the city? Like that you
so
traveled for?
there's this Creole spot actually near City Hall, which is
Oh,
super, super amazing. I think it's called 1832. I believe that's the name of it. And literally like 3, 4 blocks away from City Hall. And when I say they have the best oysters, the oysters are amazing. And I've never had oysters that tasted like they were almost fried, but like the seasoning was amazing and it was
oh,
just like the perfect texture. Girl. It's
I'm
amazing.
surprised that's in downtown Manhattan. I would think that would
Downtown
be in our
Manhattan.
neighborhood.
Let me tell you. And then they have live music too.
Oh,
It's a beautiful, especially when you go there in the summertime, it's just beautiful just to sit there, listen to the live music, look at the sunlight, people watch, and eat some good food. Okay.
wow.
I love it. I love it.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Well, t tell me about what are the spaces that you feel like you can be fully yourself? Honestly, I feel like you can be fully yourself in all the different
I
spaces.
can't.
Anywhere. Jamila is a light and she's good. But where do you feel like you can put your guards down a little bit and then just be
Hmm.
real, real and just be fully you and show all of it?
Hmm. You know, I'll, that's just about everywhere, but I will say some of the spaces I really love are I love coffee shops too. That's always been my thing. Coffee and tea shops. So, and I don't know, like for me because I'm obsessed with tea and so I'll say this, it kind of stems from when I was younger, I had an aunt that would take me and all of my cousins out
Mm,
every single year and she would take us to the Palm
mm,
hotel in Manhattan and she would say, "You know what? We're going to experience high tea."
mm.
And you are going
Oh,
to love it.
oh,
And I actually enjoyed it. And ever since then, like any setting where I can get like a great cup of tea, I would
yeah.
just like, I really like that. It's just something that I love. And then I even tried to master, doing it on my own. But I remember taking my son to, and he didn't really appreciate it because he's just like, Mom, why are we here right now? I'm like, excuse me? Mommy is enjoying her high tea. Thank you very much. So you're gonna sit here, not make a scene, and we're gonna enjoy this together. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Maybe you can take your daughter in the future. She might appreciate it more.
She may appreciate it more. She may.
She gets older. Yeah. Um, what about the types of people that and that make you feel safe and secure and fully yourself?
I
Like,
I like down to earth people. So people who, and even if you don't give that down to earth vibe, just knowing that you are a real person with no real pretenses. Because I
yeah,
can discern that with people. I'm very
yeah,
discerning.
yeah,
Um, and so if I sense pretenses, I
yeah,
tend to just keep it in a certain space. But if I sense that, there's no real selfish intent with the
yeah,
connection,
yeah,
for me, I can just be so open.
yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
am. I will say that. And that was me in the civic world, political world. That's me everywhere. I'm very
Mhm.
discerning with that. I don't
Mhm.
know why and how, but I am.
It's
Well,
a
that's
gift.
God. That's God.
God.
That's God.
Yeah, it's God. I love
That's
that.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
And
else you want to share that's in your joy corner? I know really good food
so I love a
besides.
good hat. I love a good hat. This is something I got from my aunt.
Oh, tell me more.
So I have my aunt. So my aunt who's now deceased, Aunt Barbara. Let me tell you about this woman. She used to have hats upon hats upon hats upon hats, and I was always laughing. And I'd be like, "Why are you always wearing all these hats?" I can't believe it, but now I find myself doing the same thing. So every summer, I have these huge wide brim hats. I have about like 10, 15 of those, every single color of the rainbow. Okay,
Wow.
your girl loves a good hat. A good wide
Okay.
brim hat. Brixton
Oh,
hats,
I
let me
want to
tell
see
you.
that.
Okay, you got to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I should have at least had it right next to me so you could see one of the hats. They're fabulous, I will say that. Um, and another thing I love, this is one more thing I have to add to my joy corner is honey. That's
Ooh.
been a new obsession too. So I remember and I got this from my Aunt Barbara. Isn't that crazy? So she used to have
The
like
influence.
two cupboards full of honey, and that was because she survived during the Great Depression. And I was laughing at first, but you know what's interesting? During COVID, I remember it was hard to get certain things,
Mm.
and I literally was thankful that I had a whole lot of honey. And ever since I've been obsessed with honey, I don't know, I've been obsessed with honey because I'm like, honey lasts forever, but it tastes so good. And you can get it in so many different flavors. You can get an orange blossom. You can get it sprinkled with a little bit of some flowers in it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like they'll infuse it. Like it's actually kind of cool and amazing. And it
And it's
makes
really
everything
healthy for
taste
you.
better. Girl, you can
Yeah.
put that on bread. You can put that on all kinds of
Your
things, on your
tea.
fruit. On your
Yeah.
breakfast?
Oh, on
What?
your fruit. Okay.
Yes, you know,
Oh,
that's my thing.
I heard that if you get honey that's local, it helps prevent allergies that are local too, because you're eating something that you can't get allergic to. Like it's like a
Okay.
preventative
I need to give my kids some honey then, girl.
local honey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, some local honey. That's what
Because
we
then
need to
it
do.
helps if you have allergies like to pollen and stuff, then ha eating the honey helps prevent it. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's like a medicine. It's healing. Honey is
I
healing.
like that.
Uh,
Ooh,
uh-huh.
that's the. I won't quote you on that. That's a really nice quote right there, Grace. You
Yeah.
just say moneymaker lines all the time.
No,
I feel like
you
you said something else today that I liked. I
no.
was like, ooh, I like that.
Do you like coffee too, or is tea your thing?
You know what? Tea is really my thing.
Okay.
You know, I will go to a coffee shop and then be like, "Do you have tea?" It
Got
literally,
it, got it. No, you're a tea
it makes
lady.
no
No, that makes
sense.
sense.
I'm a tea
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lady.
No, I was asking because in my coffee, people usually put sugar. I put honey in it.
Isn't that
And
crazy? I've
yeah,
never
I
heard
think
of
honey
that.
is help. I learned it from my friend Allie. She's like, "Oh, it's natural, it's healthier, it's sweet. You don't need to have sugar. Sugar's so bad for you, but honey." So I mean, not a lot of honey,
Interesting.
but yeah, I just use honey in my coffee instead of sugar if I
Girl,
can.
I like that. I like
Yeah, but
that.
I mean, if you don't drink coffee, that's good. Tea's better for you anyways,
You're
so
hilarious.
yeah. Well, thanks for sharing what's in your joy corner. Last thing we do as part of expressing joy and connection is to share a useless talent. Dun dun dun. This is Jamila's useless talent show. So share something that nowhere else you would know about you, but it's not necessarily helpful, but a talent of yours.
So I have, can I give 1.5? So I
Yeah,
have one
share more
thing.
than one, sure.
We were talking about tea before.
Yes.
I call myself a tea mixologist, okay? Your girl is very good at infusing different types of things, bitters, all types of things into my teas. It tastes extra fabulous.
Yeah.
Um, and I will say that anyone who has it loves it. And one other thing, so I experiment a lot with that, but also I'm good at wait, I can go cross-eyed and then wait, hold on. Wait, do you see it?
Are
Hold
you
on.
doing it?
Wait,
Oh, I
you don't
see
see
it.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, now I'm I'm back
Do
regular.
it again, do it.
I used to do that. I used to do this all the time when I was in high school. Oh, one other useless talent. Girl, why are you
Wait,
getting me
did
so
you do
excited about
it?
this?
Did you do
Wait,
the
you didn't
cross-eye
see it?
thing?
Do you see it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait. Why do I look like I'm looking at my nose, right? Hold on. a sec. Grace is like, but I don't see it, girl. It's
No, I see it.
like,
I saw your
you
eyes
see it
getting
now?
closer to the middle, right?
Yeah. And then something else. This is the last
Yeah.
one. I pull my eyelashes. So wait, I'm the best eyelash puller ever. So as you can see, I don't have eyelashes because I like the naked look on my
Uh-huh.
face.
Uh-huh.
It's very different,
Uh-huh.
but that's my thing.
Wait, what? You
Yeah,
pull your
I
eyelashes?
do. I'm very good at it. So I'm
Wait,
good at
you don't
doing it
have
to a
any
point where I don't get
eyelashes?
thighs. No, I don't have any eyelashes. Can you
You pull
tell?
all of them off?
You see, you couldn't tell. I put
I
that girl, they're all
couldn't.
out. I don't like having eyelashes. It's so crazy. I'll
Tell me, why? Where did it start? I've never
So,
heard of that.
girl, this actually started in high school too. This is so bad. So when I was in high school, I remember it started from getting size when I was in high school. So I used to get size a lot. And I
Oh.
remember a friend that I had in high school was like, "Girl, you know what you could do? Just pull your eyelash, and then when you pull it, you'll see the little white bubble, and the style will go away." Girl, ever since I did that, I became addicted to pulling eyelashes because I was like, "Oh, this feels so good. I got to do it again." Oh, oh,
Yeah, I
oh.
bet it's addicting.
It's
So you
crazy.
have no
Girl,
eyelashes.
I have no eyelashes and I love the look.
I
And
didn't,
so
I
when
love it too. I never even
and,
noticed it. I mean, you're always
and
beautiful.
and when I was in college, what I used to do is I would emphasize the naked look by only putting eyeliner on my bottom of my eye.
Oh,
Isn't that
wow. That is a useless talent.
crazy?
I'm learning so much.
I know I don't tell everyone all the time because I'm like, I'll let them get to know me before I tell them about my
But
eyelash
I
situation.
had never seen that, but I didn't even notice it. Like that's amazing.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
I'm very weird. I always thought that people with no eyelashes look amazing with a dewy
Uh-huh.
overglass on their face. Like I just think it's so
Is
fabulous.
there a famous person who's also known for like the naked eye look too?
There's, you know what? No, no one really does it. I just like the way it looks. Your girl is
No, you look
weird.
great.
Okay?
I just never noticed that
Your
until
girl is
now.
weird.
Well,
I
thanks for
know.
sharing.
You're
No,
welcome.
that's a cool tip. But I can totally see where like plucking one eyelash and then you do it over again and then it just becomes
It's
addicting.
a bad habit. It's such a bad.
Yeah.
I try to stop. I have to stop,
I
literally. I
mean, you
can't
did
help
it
it.
since high school. That's been like 20 years. It's gonna be hard to stop.
Oh, girl, that's girl, you making me feel old. Hold
We
on, don't
are
put your girl out
old.
there.
It's been like 20 years. It's okay. You just accept it.
She's like, just embrace it. Just
Just
embrace
embrace
it.
it. Yeah. No,
Mm.
but okay, I got to learn a lot of new things about you too. This has been fun. Well, yeah, thanks so much for making the time to share and talk about our friendship,
Oh,
some of your yeah, your joy corner items and useless talent and oh, I just appreciate you so much. Like I can't wait to see you soon.
I appreciate you, Grace. This is for you. I always do this. This is for
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. To all of our friends listening,
Fighting.
fighting!